everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version to our YouTube channel, so you can check out our hot faces.
Mine especially.
As always, I am Vetta, because I don't change. And I am joined by my brother, Matt.
Yes, and I am a hot freaking mess, so.
Me too. So this month's theme is love triangles.
Ooh.
And so on this episode, we are going to be talking about Sweet Home Alabama with Reese Witherspoon. So before we get started, what are you drinking?
So I was gonna do a special drink, but then I was like, oh, I don't want to do something simple because I'm lazy. You know how I am. So I have some Angry Orchard that I am drinking. Oh, don't give me that. It's delicious.
That's the worst of all ciders.
Well, whatever. I thought it was cute because they had a little like barn on the front and everything. And I was like, oh, this is like country folkish and everything. So, and it tastes like candy. So back off.
Oh.
What are you drinking?
So I did make a frou-frou drink. It's called
that looks delicious.
Love Story.
Nice. It looks delicious. What's in that? Tell Daddy.
Strawberry vodka, lemonade, Prosecco. It was supposed to have amaretto in it, but I ran out of that.
What's Prosecco? I gotta look that shit.
It's just a wine.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
no,
God.
I know. No, I know what you're talking about now. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
I was like the wine snob.
No, I know. Yeah,
doesn't know.
I was thinking prosciutto.
Oh.
Anyways,
completely different.
He did.
Yeah. So that, and then as always, I have a backup drink, which I've been drinking. This is like my third rum and Coke.
It's a classic. You never go wrong. I was
gonna do a Dirty Shirley.
Oh my God, I love Dirty Shirley.
But I might have to because I'm almost out. Who knows what I'll do? Who knows? But
who knows? Shirley might be making an appearance.
She might.
She's a naughty girl.
Oh, she's dirty.
Yeah, she is.
All right. So I'm going to make the assumption you've seen this before because I don't know about you, but there's not a Reese Witherspoon movie I haven't seen.
I had seen it before, but like it was a while. So this was a good refresher.
Oh, you've never like run across it? Because I'm telling you, this is one of those keep the lights on movies for TBS or TNT or USA, whatever.
I saw it the first time way back in the day. I'll say like 10 years ago, and I haven't seen it since. So this was the second time. And I think I remember not liking it the first time. So this was good because I'll admit I did like it this time. I did like
it's super adorable.
It's so cute.
I just have a couple little issues, but it's not with the movie. It's with if this, like, I know people in reality and it makes me want to smack them type of thing. But we'll get there. So we'll just kind of get started here. The movie starts out. She's a fashion designer in New York City who she's dating the mayor's son.
Yeah, I just want to talk about this. Okay, first off. Yeah. Her as a fashion designer. Now, I'm a little bit of a fashionista myself and everything. Although
it's Fashion Week.
Yeah, you couldn't tell that I'm a fashionista right now because I'm wearing a freaking bum t-shirt. Anyways, but I'm at home. Leave me alone. But she wasn't that great of a designer. But in her defense, when she woke up from her little dream about her being a little kid and everything, she woke up and I was like, I said to my wife, oh my God, what is it? Circa 2002. Look at that wardrobe. And my wife goes, this didn't come out in 2002. This is like 2004 or something. I was like, that's a 2002. Looked up the movie, came out in 2002. I was like, who called it?
We're going to skip a little ahead when she's in the barn and her friend says, oh, I love that shirt thing, but I don't remember her husband's name, would kill me if I spent $50 on a dress. Oh, Jacqueline Smith. That's what she'd say. I love Jacqueline Smith. She goes, well, it's mine. I designed it. And I'm like, it's an off the shoulder blouse. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
So I would agree. Fashion designing, probably not like, I'm not gonna lie, her friend was right. Her clothes were probably something you would see in like a Target.
And her hair, because it did the little, that was huge in the 2000s, the early 2000s, the little flip. Yeah, the little flip. Yeah, they did it on like Buffy and all these other shows, and it was like, it was huge. It was, and in Smallville, it was huge.
Oh, everybody had that.
Yeah.
Like, so, and this is like the most amazing thing part of this movie to me. This is the part that made me go, oh, one
I know
more
what you're gonna
reason to
say.
love McDreamy. He
McDreamy.
takes her to Tiffany's and shuts down the store to propose to her, but let her pick any ring in the store. And I'm telling you, it is every girl's dream to get a blue box. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care what a woman says. There's no woman on this planet that is getting a blue Tiffany box with that white ribbon around it and going, oh, we need to return this.
Yeah, I want Reese Witherspoon's blue box.
So this is what I know about Tiffany's. This was the first movie Tiffany's ever shut down and opened after hours for.
Like in real life or
in real life. This is the first
or in the
movie
movie, because I'd have been like,
No. In real life, Tiffany's does not do filmings in it. So they must have offered a penny.
Oh, just for that crap. I'm sorry. Okay, can I talk about this scene real quick?
Yeah.
Before you go on with your facts and stuff, I didn't think this scene was all that great. I was all like, oh, what a hooker. And she did not say yes right away, which I just go, red flag.
But we find out later why. So
that don't mean nothing. That doesn't mean anything. If you ask a person if they will marry you and there's a pause, you go, wait, what? What's going on here? What's going on?
There shouldn't be a pause. But
yeah.
So this was the first movie that Tiffany's. Now there's many movies that Tiffany's outside has been in, like my favorite movie, Breakfast at Tiffany's. And I just want you to know, I have eaten a donut outside of Tiffany's. So I have had breakfast at Tiffany's. Thank you.
Before that movie, before I'd seen Breakfast at Tiffany's, I thought Tiffany's was a restaurant. I was all like, well, you're just eating at Tiffany's. It's fine. What's so good about Tiffany's? It's hard to get into. Big whoop.
It's hard to get in. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And you're spending, a whole year's worth of salary there before you leave.
Well, yeah, because what
on
do
a
they
shitty
say
bangle,
right? You're getting a bracelet and it's $525.
Yeah,
and you're like, that's it. That's all I get.
Yeah.
You're buying the name in that.
Yeah,
little
you
blue
are.
box.
Yeah, you are.
It's the prettiest blue in the world. So, anyways, she wants to keep the marriage a secret. They go to his mom's rally. His mom finds ring. Blah 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 blah. Announces it to the whole world.
Yeah,
that she's getting married. So then she has to go home to Alabama. One, to tell her parents, and get a divorce. Now, this is my thing. She never told Patrick Dempsey, which this is rude to do to McDreamy, but technically McDreamy did do this later on in Grey's Anatomy to Meredith as well.
Right on.
So she never says she's married, right? She never says she's married and anything like that. And she goes back so that she can get her husband to sign divorce papers. Now, I actually know someone that separated from their spouse, and it took like 12 years before they actually got a divorce.
I mean, what happens, love. Some people, you fall in love and that's your person forever. And like he says, who finds their soulmate at 10 years old? Am I right? And I'm all like, yeah, who finds their soulmate at 10, freak?
Nobody.
But at the same time, I was like, I think it's super cute that you found your soulmate at 10. It's so cute. I have to say, I want to talk about when she goes back to Alabama, because there were some things that I thought that she was really harsh and rude on. And there were so many things that I was just like, how can you hate this? It's so charming. Like, even if you're from the city, it's like I think of myself as a city girl. And I was just like when she pulls up to his house and all that shrubbery is growing up the side of his house. I thought that I was like, I kind of like it,
my whole thing is she's definitely like turning her nose up at where she came from, and it's fine to not like where you grew up, but that doesn't mean you should hate the people.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
They only have so much to do with it. Like, I mean?
I hear what you're saying, but I just thought that, well, first off, I didn't see why she hated these people, because they reminded her of her past life. And I'm all like, your past life sounded like fun, honey. And two, I thought that I thought the town was charming. I thought her parents were super freaking cute. Like when her mom was all like, come on in here. I haven't seen you in forever and everything. When she called his dad and he wanted everybody to sit in his lazy boy. I'm all like,
oh God.
I found that charming. That shit charming. I was like,
And
I
when
love.
her
Go ahead.
mom's making jam.
Yeah, I loved all that bullshit. And I'm just all like, and then but when she gets into argument, he's like, you think you're better than everybody. And she's like, that's because I am. And I'm like, but I'm all like, but all this shit is so cute, except for when she's like, you were in a bar with a baby. I was like, yeah, that's bad motherhood. That's bad parenting. You can't bring your baby to a bar, honey. That's not good. No good.
But that's also not true. It depends on where you are.
No, you shouldn't fine. You
Yeah, you
shouldn't bring your baby
shouldn't
into a
bring your
bar.
baby to a bar.
Like
They
I
make
even
babysitters just for
oh,
that purpose.
yeah. Okay. So I want to, if you don't mind, if we rewind back to when she
Yeah.
first shows up and he's like, I'm not giving you that divorce or whatever. And then she goes to the bank and she ends up getting, because they have a joint account, she takes all his money. Now, I want to know how much money he had, because she had that house cleaned up. She had it redecorated and shit. I was like, how much of his money did he spend? Because it is not cheap to just get somebody out there willy-nilly to clean up your house like that. And I thought it looked like 10 shades like nicer. Although I did like the shrubbery stuff growing up the house. I thought that was cute and
We
everything.
find out later that he started his own
He
business.
started, yeah.
And he's probably paying himself a salary. So it's probably a pretty good amount of money.
For sure.
But I love the story about the cat and how the security guard at the bank, when she walks in, says, I'm going on my lunch. I think that's hysterical.
That is hysterical.
I love how she meets the friend in the street.
Oh, the gay guy.
Everything. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I felt bad for him when she was like outed him.
When she outs him, like, how
that
rude.
Was,
you don't get to take somebody's story from them.
And she was so mean about it. Like, and for no reason, because like, I mean, I didn't think he was being mean to her, and she was just being so mean to everybody for no reason. I was just like,
I think she hated herself and her life so much.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, and I think as the movie progresses, she realizes that, and she clearly had some trauma, and I think she let that control everything.
But what trauma? I mean, like, I don't know. Her life there in Alabama didn't sound all that.
The baby.
Yeah, true. Okay, listen, that is true, and that is terrible. But at the same time, I go, that's nobody else's fault, and you're being a total dick to everybody.
Oh yeah, she definitely is one of those, I'm a fashion designer, I'm a big city girl, you all are dirt beneath my high heel shoe.
Yeah. So, although I
don't know why I turned into a hillbilly when
do it, girl. That I say we should do accents the whole thing. No, and then like I just love, because as soon as she showed up, I was just like, everybody is being so nice to you, like except for your ex-husband, but you know, you're kind of not nice to him. But I was like, everybody's being nice to you. They're not being rude. And you're just being a total dick. Like I love when she goes into the bar and like her mother-in-law is like, hey, I haven't seen you, yada yada yada. And
she's like, trouble has just walked back into my life.
Yeah, right. And I'm all like, even your mother-in-law, who has every reason to dislike you because you're a dick to her son, she's really nice to you, and you're just being a straight up asshole. Like I did not like her for most of the movie.
But that's where I go, she clearly has made up this whole thing in her own head, because everyone else is just acting like someone they haven't seen in years that they loved.
Right.
And they're wanting to know where's she been this whole time? Why hasn't she come around? And no one's mad about the divorce. They all think they're divorced, but no one realizes they're still married. Well, they all do by this part, because, the cop tells the whole town.
Right on. And then I love when the assistant to the mayor, the McDreamy's mom, shows up, and he's trying to do the report, and she goes into that plantation house. First off, the anvils in the cannon thing, I was just like, this is just straight up ridiculous, but I'm all here for it. So I was
going to ask if you knew if that was a real thing or
I
not.
don't know if that's a real thing, but I was just like, this is ridiculous, but this is like Looney Tunes bullshit, but I am totally here for it. Like, I want to see this in live action.
That's part of a Civil War reenactment, I'm all for it, because I'm not a big Civil War reenactment person, because I'm not a whole the South has risen. I'm like, you lost for a reason.
Right.
Let's move on. It's history. Leave it in the books.
Well, see, that's the thing. I was watching this with my wife, and she was just like, I want to go to a reenactment. I was like, I've never been to one. We should go to one, and we're going to in September. Anyways, well, this month. But yeah, no, I thought what was okay, so she goes into that plantation and she's like showing off the plantation house like it's hers and everything with her cousin or whatnot. And I'm all like, you can tell this bitch is lying. You're hiding in a closet, asshole. Like, how do you not know this is ridiculous? And then I love when they find out that it's all one big lie. And I'm all like, yeah, because she's stupid. Like, I'm like, this is ridiculous. But
yeah, the mayor
yeah.
should have fired him for believing that story.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then I was gonna say one thing else, but I love how they're like, we're gonna do a New York wedding in this little town or whatever, and I'm all like, I'm like, that's fine. I mean, it did look nice. I'm like, except like her dress was okay. I don't know, it was fine.
Hate those veil thing, the net, the fish net over your face.
Oh gotcha.
I think those are terrible. I don't like them.
Right on. Yeah.
Not for weddings. They're for funerals.
I hear you. So like,
I did love her lawyer.
Oh yeah.
He
Oh my
was
God. Yeah.
great.
He was charming too with his little bow tie and his little cane and shit. And I love how he showed up and the whole town was all like, we don't know who you're talking about. And they're like, oh, these reporters. And I was like, but how do you guys know he was a reporter? Like he was just asking and everything. I was like, that's super cute.
Discuss it with you. It is patient or not patient. Not patient.
That's what I would have said. I'm her lawyer. I can't discuss that with you. But it set up the ending, you know, which was fun and everything.
But would he have really gotten past the Secret Service?
I don't think. No, her body.
But I don't know. Our mayor's Secret Service at the same level as do mayors even get Secret Service?
They do. They have bodyguards.
That's not a thing. Do
yeah,
they?
No,
really?
they have. Yeah, they have bodyguards. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. You don't think they get attacked in real life? I mean, I'm pretty sure they need protection of some sort. Okay, so but what was I gonna bring up?
So her two best friends come into town. I love her best friends.
Oh, the gay dude, the gay black
and
guy,
the model.
Yeah, her two best friends show up.
So her two best friends show up. One's
not
model.
Megan Gale. You guys won't get that joke. No. But so I'm sorry. I've been drinking. My bad. Okay.
So one's a model and one's I think he's a fashion designer too.
Yeah, because remember he talked about how like my protege is becoming a master or some crap like that. And I'm all like,
so
oh,
she
get out of
picks
here.
him up from the airport. Oh, and we should say at one point during the movie, she sees some glass and she's very intrigued by it.
Yeah, some glass, like she's drinking wine out of a glass. And she's like, I was just looking who made these. Yeah. And this is great and everything. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So she sees a sign in the airport and they go to the place. And this is where she finds out it's her not her ex-husband yet, her husband's store. So I guess part of their love story when they were 10 years old and they found their soulmates, the lightning struck by them on the beach. And it made this, because glass is made from sand. And when lightning strikes glass, when lightning strikes sand, it makes glass. So he has a bunch of these plus a whole bunch of like glass blowing things and whatnot.
Yeah, and you can get lunch there and all this nonsense.
Yeah, it's a tourist attraction / store, whatever.
Right.
Excuse me. So she realizes all of this and whatever, and the wedding's like 2 days away and she's whatever. I don't know. I go good for him for making better of himself because we also find out at one point that he tried to go and get her, but realized he wasn't good enough. So he was going to make better of himself. And I go, that's shitty. They both went through trauma. She ran away. He tried to like say, I love you. Let's work through this. And he went back to make himself a better person when it really wasn't anything wrong with him.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever. So then the wedding comes and the lawyer breaks through and reminds her that she's still married. And she's all, no, I sent you the divorce papers. And he's like, yeah, he signed them, but you didn't. And I love that it's her mother-in-law that hands her the pen so she can sign the divorce papers.
Mhm. And I
Again,
love how she's like, these things happen for a reason.
yeah, these things just don't happen. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. So then the mayor gets all mad because she tells Patrick Dempsey that she loves him and he's amazing, but she's already given her heart to somebody else.
Right.
And she punches the mayor,
Yeah.
which is comical.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was okay, but I mean, like, Candace Berg deserves it because, she's
And
looking all
let's be
old and shit.
honest, though. Do you really think Reese Witherspoon is punching Candace Berg and making Candace Berg like?
I don't know. I think Reese Witherspoon is probably a super huge bitch. I
I
mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm just
feel
like,
like she's like a mosquito trying to punch a bear.
see, because I'm like, she's trying to give that sweetheart feel and everything, but really, you're just like, oh, she's probably an asshole in real life.
Yeah, I don't know.
I did love her last name though, Smooter. I love that.
Yes, I love it.
Melanie Smooter
And
and
I was
everything.
like, well, that makes sense on why she took on the name Carmichael.
Right, yeah. I also loved how when she first showed up. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place, but I loved also how she showed up and the deputy showed up and it was like a friend of theirs and he was trying to get her like arrested. He's like, "Hey, you ever find out who put your mom's tractor in the pond or whatever?" And he's all like, and then he got her arrested for that. And I was like, "Oh, that's good. That's mean, but it's good. I
And
like
then
it. I
she's like,
like it."
oh, I talked to his mom and we sorted it all out.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
there are tons of really great parts in this movie and tons of really great quotes. I kind of go, and then she runs off and tells everyone to meet her at the reception, and they ask her where she's going to get herself a groom, going
Right
to
on.
find herself a groom.
Yeah.
And she goes to the beach and he's putting metal rods into the sand so they'll be struck by lightning to make glass. They kind of look like little glass haunted trees is what they look like to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
To put in his store. And he says, why would you want to be married to someone like me? And she goes, so I can kiss you whenever I want, because that's what he said to her when they were 10, which is super adorable.
It is pretty cute.
So my favorite, though, is they go to the bar, his mom's bar, for the reception.
Yeah, that shitty bar. It looked like it was a shack. It was gross.
But there's twofold here that are super funny. The cat that she supposedly killed with the dynamite is eating the cake. And on top of the cake, instead of it being a bride and a groom, they put Rock'em Sock'em robots from the game. And I loved that game when I was a kid. It was amazing.
Who doesn't love that game?
Right. And I thought it was quite hysterical. And then she says that at their first wedding, she never got a slow dance. And so she tells her mother-in-law to put something on that's slow, and she puts on Sweet Home Alabama, which I'm like,
yeah, she's making a slow one.
Yeah, not a slow song, but I'm not from Alabama, so I don't know.
Please, people from Alabama know it's not a slow song. Stop that. I'm like, stop it. A fun story that I just want to share with you. So the first time I had ever like went out drinking, I was in Canada because I was like, 19 and it's legal there when you're 19. So I went to this karaoke bar and these two girls from Alabama were there. And they get up on stage and they're being one of them is being a total asshole. And she gets up on the stage and she's just all like, and they start playing the song and she's like, we're from Alabama. And we're like, okay, who cares, honey? And so they're singing. Then she gets to the shit. So everybody's like, whatever, you've been an asshole this whole time, whatever, we hate you. And then she's like, so they get to the part where they're like, Sweet Home Alabama. And she goes, fuck you. And everybody's like, boo, and everything. I'll get off and everything. And she starts yelling, fuck you to everybody. I was like, well, she's winning them over now. You know what I'm saying?
Were you in Windsor?
I went to Windsor. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where everybody goes to Windsor.
That's like a rite of passage when you live in Michigan to go to Windsor when you're like 18, 19.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can go drink. Yeah. Back in my day, because I'm old, $20 got you hammered.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And they give you those little coins. Canada's weird. Anyways. But then again, so is Alabama.
I was just going to say, America's the only one that doesn't give out a ton of coins. You go to other countries and you get a shit ton of coins.
Right. Yeah. You're just.
We'll learn a whole new math and money system.
Exactly. Ain't that the truth? They're like, God, how long till you get here? Oh, it's about like 2 kilometers. What?
But it's the same when you go to Alabama. I'm assuming you probably need a passport to get in there too, which Reese Witherspoon says at one point in the movie You should have to have a passport to come here.
Right on. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is a little bit different, compared to New York and everything. So I have to be honest with his business that he started. It didn't look like that great of a business to me, in my personal opinion. Like it would just look like a restaurant with like a gift shop on it,
No, no, no. They had glass blowers
Yeah,
doing live
yeah,
blowing and
yeah. So you could buy their tchotchkes. Like I was just all like, this is just not. I personally was just like, I I don't see how he made any money off of this
but at the
movie.
time that this movie came out, that was a thing though.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. There you can go places it's still to this day and do glass blowing classes and they try to sell you all their stuff. You can go there's a glass museum in Seattle like where they have people it's a famous glass blower and all of his art. It's right next to the Space Needle, but there are glass blowing places and museums and you can order stuff, buy stuff. Yeah,
Right on.
it is an artist medium for
Oh,
sure.
gotcha. Okay, can I ask you, we
Yeah.
talk about one scene that I personally was just like, oh, Reese, get the fuck out of here. When she
Mhm.
goes to the dog's grave and she starts talking to the dog, and don't get me wrong, we have a dog. She's a part of the family and everything. She's like the fifth member of the family. But like she's all like the way she just was like, I'm sorry, buddy. I wasn't here for you and you were probably so scared. And I was all like, why are you talking to this dog? He can't hear you. He's dead. He's dead now. That's not how that works. But yeah, I was like, yeah, and then they kiss, they kiss at that scene. I was like, oh, look at you two. Can I ask you a question? Okay.
Yeah.
Between the two dudes, between Jake and Andrew,
Yep.
which one did you think was hotter? Go.
Oh, totally McDreamy. Patrick
McDreamy. Yeah, that's what I was.
Dempsey for
Yeah, I was like,
sure.
yeah, Patrick
I
Dempsey. I'm
mean,
like
I wouldn't be upset
with
either
Jake.
way. If I ended up with either one, Jake or Andrew, would not complain.
Yeah, but he just
But
looked good in a suit
pick,
and
if I got to pick, the other one had dirty oil hands and
he's
the
a
other one
man because he's
wore
a
a
real
suit
man.
and looked all yummy.
Yeah, right on. I picked McDreamy too. I was like, he looks great in a suit. I'm like, he becomes a doctor. I was
Yeah.
like, looks great. Um, yeah, that's pretty much all I had.
Okay, so I also have a question for you too. So, what did you think about so his business is clearly close to the airport because they detoured a little way and he now got a pilot's license and bought Moe's plane. And that's how she realized it was his because she saw the plane that said
Do we
Moe's Fishing.
do we know Mo?
Yeah, exactly. Which I love that. And I also love when she calls dibs and he goes, I think he's already spoken for,
Right on. Yeah.
But yes, do we know
Do
Mo?
we know Mo?
So this is my question. I didn't pay enough attention or my memory is failing me because I've been drinking. Do we know how long she was in New York for?
Ooh, that's a good question. I can't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure we do. I just don't remember. I wanted to say I'll say 12 years, 12 years. I don't
Okay, I'll
know.
buy that because I hope it's been a while if he's now flying planes because
Yeah,
you gotta get hours and stuff in to do that.
yeah, it was for sure a long time. Yeah.
And how do you feel about seaplanes? Like landing is the only part of flying that I don't like.
I
Like
don't like
it's
flying at all, so I'm
oh,
not about
I
it.
don't mind flying anymore. I hated it when
Mm.
I first started doing it, but landings are always because landings are never the same. They're always different depending on the pilot. Some pilots, it's nice and smooth and just a little bump. Other pilots, you're going, oh my God, we're gonna die on this runway. There's gonna be a documentary about us with all these cartoon reenactments. So I can't fathom a seaplane. A seaplane. And then I always think of the movie Jaws with the helicopter that has the
Mhm.
same kind of landings as the seaplane. And then there's another one out called like Great White that takes down a seaplane.
Nice.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not
Not
a fan. You're not a fan either, but I don't like any planes. So I'm in that boat. I'm in that boat.
Oh, all right. So we know that she ends up with Jake and true love wins out, or they really did meet their soulmates when they were 10 or whatever. Final thoughts on this movie?
I thought it was charming and I liked it. I thought I would hate it, but I liked it. At the end of it, I was like, oh, that was super cute. I liked it a lot.
I agree. It's cute. It makes you giggle. It does make you very frustrated with her. Like, get your head out of your ass. This isn't Real Housewives of Alabama.
Right.
So just enjoy your friends. But
Right.
in the end, she realizes what's going on. Do you think she moved from New York back to Alabama?
No. She's got a career and like
So you think she made Jake?
I don't. That's a good question. No, I think maybe she did move back to Alabama because she could make it work. Like she just flies up there every.
I was going to say she can commute, especially in today's day and age. I mean, in the 2000s, she definitely would have ranked up the frequent flyer miles.
I agree.
Today, though, with the Zoom world and everything, definitely can make it work. So, all right. So, guys, if you got a chance, give Sweet Home Alabama a go. Now we're going to move over to our next portion of the show, which is our questions.
Yeah.
What is your question, Matt?
Okay, so my question for you is, what is your favorite movie that is set in Alabama?
Hey, I had two.
Yeah, well, you only get to pick one.
I know, and it's really, really hard because one.
That's what she said.
One has some of the most amazing comedic.
Oh my God, I know
ever. But I didn't go with that one because the other one literally has one of my favorite dishes in it.
Oh my God, you Vetta, I'm not joking. I know exactly what you're talking about, you asshole. I have the exact same two movies that I was flip-flopping over. Which one did you pick? I
went with Fried Green Tomatoes.
Oh my God, I love Fried Green Tomatoes. That movie is so good. For Wanda.
Or I love in the parking lot when she hits the girl's car and she goes, "Are you crazy?" And she goes, "No, I just have better insurance."
Yeah, no, I love that movie. I love that movie so much. It was like so like they had like such a cute friendship and they like were so cool and everything. And then like you had that opening scene with Chris O'Donnell when he was like super hot and everything back in the 90s and everything. And then like I love that movie so much. And I love Fried Green Tomatoes too. They're so good.
I perfected those because I loved that movie so much, and I had never had fried green tomatoes before that movie because I'd always thought it was weird. One, we'd been offered them because we have Southern family.
Yeah.
And they'd offered them, but I always thought it was weird to have a green tomato because I always thought it was not a ripe tomato.
Yeah.
And then tomatoes, if you just let them ripe, are delicious by themselves. Why do you need to deep fry them?
Exactly.
Because they're delicious.
They're
fried
delicious.
Green tomatoes, amazing.
That's so good.
Fried green tomatoes,
so good. Yeah, so good. So good.
Okay, so what was your movie? Because I really want to know if we had the same too.
We did. But... It's My Cousin Vinny.
Absolutely. My biological clock is ticking like
this. Okay, so my favorite scene in that entire movie is when he's about to go hunting with that other lawyer guy. And she goes, he's like, "We're probably going to kill something." She's like, "Wait, what are you going to kill?" He's like, "I don't know, like maybe a deer." She's like, "You're going to kill a deer?" And he's like, "What do you care?" And she's like, "Imagine you're a deer. You prancing along, you get thirsty, you smart a little brook, you put your little deer lips down to the cool, clear water. And bam, a fucking bullet goes flying through your head. Your brain is sitting on the ground in little bloody pieces. Now tell me, would you give a fuck about what the suit the guy that shot you was wearing?" I love that scene so much. That's my favorite scene.
My favorite scene is when he calls her to the stand and she keeps turning and she's got her hands crossed and she's turning and he's like, "Your Honor, may I have permission to treat her as the witness as a hostile witness?" "Oh, you think I'm hostile now? Well, you wait till you see me tonight."
Yeah, so good. I love that movie. That movie is so good. If you haven't seen... Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Fried Green Tomatoes or My Cousin Vinny, stop what you're doing now and go watch them. They're great movies.
You will thank us.
Yeah, you will. Amazing. Oh my God, they're so good. I love them.
So good.
All right, so what was your question?
So my question is, and it's a little, I don't know, wonky, I guess. So what is your favorite Reese Witherspoon's love interest in a movie. So out of all the movies she's in, because
Right.
almost all the movies except for Into the Wild, I think she has a love interest. And even then you could argue it's nature. What or who was your favorite one?
Chris Pine.
Nice.
Yeah, because he's so hot. He's so
He is
hot,
hot.
that Chris
He is
Pine.
hot.
Yeah, I love him. What about you?
So mine was Jason London
Oh, right on.
from the movie The Man in the Moon.
Oh, by the way, mine was from This Means War.
Oh, yeah, I just knew that. Sorry, my bad.
It's fine. Yeah, Jason London, he's all right.
Well, and but The Man in the Moon was like, I think she was young, like in her teens in that, and she loves him, but he's in love with her older sister.
Yeah, I do like that movie a lot. And then
So
and
good.
then he dies.
And then he dies in a tractor accident, which that tractor was wonky as fuck.
Yeah.
So
plus, I don't know. A small piece of me feels like he could have rolled out of the way. I don't know, but you know, what do I know?
Now you're throwing it out there that maybe he did it on purpose because he didn't want to break Reese's heart or her
No,
sister.
he was fuck that. He didn't care about it. Did he smash the sister in that movie? Because I got the sense that he smashed. Okay, because
if I remember correctly, I think she's pregos.
Yeah, and well, doesn't Reese Witherspoon, her character, walk in on him in the barn or whatever? Them smashing in the barn. I can't remember. It's been a while, but
yeah. So she finds out they're gonna sneak off and get married because I think she's pregos. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't seen it recently, but I still loved their whole interaction.
Yeah, no, I'm in the same boat. I really, from what I can remember, that movie, I do like it a lot. And the accident scene is the part that sticks out.
Yeah.
And them going skinny dipping and stuff. I think they went skinny dipping and stuff.
Yeah. Well, kind of, sort of.
Right on.
Alrighty. So do you have anything else you want to add besides that this was definitely a whirlwind I've been drinking episode?
No, there is nothing else that I want to add to this. I just go watch Sweet Home Alabama. It's super fun.
It's super cute. Super, super cute. And it's okay to be mad at Reese. It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk Pod to stay updated. If you listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any place that allows you to leave a rating or a ranking or review of any sorts, please feel free. Well, please don't feel free. Please just do give us a 5-star review, a high positive ranking, whatever. We really appreciate it. It truly does help smaller podcasts like us. We will also be posting this video to our YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe to us on there by hitting that subscribe button, and then after you watch our video, hit that like button. You can check us out at YouTube BS Drunk Movie Reviews. We have also started a Patreon. There are many different levels, one that you will suit you. So if you're interested in that, please check the link below to take a look. We look at movie franchises. We just finished up Sex in the City and are getting ready. And actually, at the end of this month, September, our first Scream episode will drop. So take a look at those. We have a good time, like we always do. So please check us out there. And guys, please don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, everybody.
Bye.